Captains will get the decision with the coin toss. I'm Greg Allen, along with Sid Gotro, to bring you another week of exciting high school football right here in Wedge Kyes Stadium, Baker, Louisiana. Along with us tonight, Mr. Jay Brown, who's going to be keeping the stats for us. Coin toss has been made. Official indication now is that Baker has won the toss, elected to receive, and they will be, Thibodaux Tigers will be defending the east goal. Baker will be defending the west goal. And here comes the Battling Buffaloes, ladies and gentlemen. Undefeated, untied for the 1989 football season. The Buffaloes come into their third regular season contest tonight. Correction, their fourth contest tonight. Have one of the best defensive records in District 7 Quad A right now. Having held their opponents to, excuse me, mic problem here. Having held their opponents to one of the best records in the district with fewer points scored against them. They haven't been overly impressive on offensive scoring so far this year, but they managed to get the job done. It's not about how much you score, it's how much you keep your opponents from scoring. All right, we're going to take a break, be right back for the kickoff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ready for the kickoff. Both teams are taking the field. Thibodaux Tigers will be kicking off to the Battling Buffaloes. It's good to be back with y'all this week, Sid. I've been out for the last 2 weeks out of town in Florida. A week before last week I had a bout of illness, but I'm back and ready to go for exciting football here at Buff Stadium. So give us the starting lineup here while we get ready for the kickoff.
Well, Greg, we're back. Glad to have you back. You missed two very exciting football games, real close. John and I stayed on the end of our seats through the whole ball game, but two real good ball games. Kicks going deep to number 6. Reggie Hilliard takes on about the 17. Hilliard's up the middle, got a little room, breaks it all the way out to about the Baker 44-yard line, so Baker will take over 1st and 10 to start the first possession of the night's contest, 1st and 10 on their own 44. To give you the lineup, starting at center tonight for the Buffaloes, number 61, Jerry Rayburn. Right guard's number 64, Craig Lane. The left guard is number 78, Rodney King. Left tackle will be number 73, Clay Doherty. Right tackle will be number 50, Lonnie Furr. Tight end will be number 83, Artie Miller. And the split end will be number 11, Gary Wentz. Pitch back to Mulkey. Mulkey's got some room. He's running out, gets out to about the 48-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. At quarterback tonight is number 10, Joey Nelson. Fullback will be number 22, Eric Butler. Tailback will be number 24, Jeff Mulkey. Of course, the split end is number 2, Greg Davis. Also expected to see a little action tonight for the Buffaloes. At wide receiver will be number 4, Earl Marcel. In the backfield, probably you will see before the night's over, with number 30, Jeff Braxton. Number 34, Ivy Toussaint. Hand off to Mulkey again. Mulkey picks up about close to 3 yards. Let's call it 3rd and about, let's say 3rd and 4. Ball's just inside Thibodaux territory to the 49-yard line. Also, he's dressed out tonight. Brian Burgoyne, number 60, is back in full uniform tonight after a shoulder separation, a shoulder injury in the first game of this season against Zachary. Pass complete to number 24. That's Mulkey. He's down to the 41-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Buffaloes. Number 4, Earl Marcel checking in the ball game, replacing number 11, Gary Wentz. Those two will be shuffling back and forth all night, bringing the plays in.
See, Joey Nelson's been impressive this year. There was some question at the first of the season as to what his poise was, how talented he was, but he's impressed me in the ball games he's played this year. He's got real good poise and discipline on handling that football on pass play.
Well, Greg, I tell you, Joey's playing as a seasoned veteran on that team. You know, Joey didn't see that much playing time last year as a junior quarterback for the Buffaloes, playing behind senior Mook. But this year, you know, just after 2 or 3 games, that young man's really developed and come on strong. And as you say, I'm very impressed with him as well. He really keeps his poised, keeps his head, and has been playing some good football. Number 22, Butler, takes the ball down to about the 32-yard line. And Greg, so far tonight, last week we had some problems on that offensive line. Baker wasn't really getting off the ball well, had trouble handling the defensive line of Jesuit. But so far tonight, it looks like Baker's doing a pretty good job here in the opening minutes of this contest. Baker's got a 3rd and 2 down at the Thibodaux 32. This drive started on the Baker 44. Also in the ball game tonight is number 31, Andy Foster. Pitch back to 22, Butler. He's got room. It's a foot race. Butler could go. It's all the way. It's all the way. He's gone. Number 22, Eric Butler. Boy, Greg, did you see the fake? Did you see the fake? Man, they hit the fake, man. Like you say, great execution. Joy Nelson faking a handoff to the first back up. The defense hit him hard at the line. Joy just pitched the ball back to number 22, and it was a foot race around the end, and Baker draws first blood here at 9 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Baker's first possession of tonight's contest. And they got 6 points on the board.
Coaches tell you that's where it's at. Over 50% of it is speed and strength and size, but the other 50% is strictly poise, technique, and that technique worked fine.
Extra point by Miller's good, and the Buffaloes on top of the Tigers by a score of 7-0.
Execution on that play was beautiful. Faking to the first man to the line of scrimmage. All the defensive players went to him, and the pitch back to the outside man just left a wide open alley for the touchdown. Baker taking an early lead with 9:08 left in the first quarter in this contest. Baker's leading by a score 7-0 over the Thibodaux Tigers. See, we alluded at the first of the game to some performances by the Buffaloes this year. They've outscored every opponent they've played. They've been outscored by every team in District 7 Quad A in overall scoring, except for the team in the cellar of 7 Quad A, which is Central. But on the flip side of the coin, they've held their opponents to a league low of a total of 20 points. So that's where it's at. You don't have to score many points as long as they're more than your opponents, and that's why they find themselves in an undefeated position tonight.
Well, Greg, I tell you what, I was very impressed with that drive. 44-yard line. We're talking about a 66-yard drive.
It started off on the kickoff return. It was a good kickoff return with good field position.
Good tackle.
Good defense.
Number 71 for the Buffaloes, Anthony Isaac. Number 71, first man making contact. And Thibodaux will start off with their first possession of tonight's contest at their 28-yard line. And, Greg, we can't say enough about this defensive unit for the Buffaloes. That was a big question mark coming into this year's season. Was the defense quite young? Only 2 starters returning to that squad this year. And Baker's defense has really gelled, really come a long way this year. Well, good yardage that time. It was a hole there. Tackles made by number 33, Jernigan, along with 29, Roderick Coffey, and, 29, Ronke Mulkey, along with 82, Darren Berger.
Gain of 5 on the play. It's going to bring second down and 5 yards to go for the Tigers from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Their uniforms are very similar to the Tigers of LSU. Purple pants and the white jerseys with a purple helmet. I'm sorry, gold pants, white shirts, and gold helmet.
Pitch back. He's got a little room. Well, he picks up good yardage, picks up enough for a first down all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Steve Jernigan made the tackle on that play. Sid did a fine job. Coming from his linebacker position on the left side, he managed to get over to make that tackle.
We'll try to set the defense for you after this next play. Good job that time. Number 44, Tim Breeden, fighting off his block. Did an outstanding job at stopping that man along with number 77, Keith Brossette.
No gain on the play, Sid. He just made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right now we're having a ball game in nose guard, number 62, Quincy Hall. The tackles are number 75, Mark Haywood, and number 77, Keith Brossette. The ends tonight so far are number 42, Tim Breeden, and number 82, Darren Berninger. At linebackers right now, we have number 33, Steve Jernigan, and number 40, Anthony McCurdy, who just replaced number 41.
Woo.
Well, a little razzle-dazzle right off the bat.
Well, it faked me off. See it? I was looking for the man coming around this way on a reverse.
Well, number 41 started the ball game tonight, linebacker number Chad Richardson, number 41, but he's been replaced by number 40, Anthony McCurdy. At the corners are number 6, Reggie Hilliard, and number 25, Roderick Coffey. And the safeties tonight are number 20, Ben Gotro, and number 29, Ronke Mulkey.
How's Ben doing, Sid? I've missed him the last 2 weeks. How's he doing since his injury?
Greg, he's doing good. You know, since that first game that he was injured in. Almost intercepted by number 40, Anthony McCurdy. Number 77, Keith Brossett, putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the quarterback. And looks like the Buffalo's defense have come up to the occasion and forcing Thibodaux to punt on their first possession. Number 7, Mike Birdwell checking in the ball game. You'll see him seeing some action tonight at one of the corners. Also slated to possibly see some action tonight for the Buffaloes on defense. Well, we already mentioned number 41, Chad Richardson. Greg, after that, you know, that first game injury, Ben sustained that concussion. He got one of those air pack helmets, and since that time, he's done well. He hadn't had any repercussions from the head injury at all.
Well, that's good. That's good. We were kind of concerned with him after that first ball game. I know they need him. I know that that they was some of the depth question after the first ball game because of a couple of injuries. Some of the depth was definitely in question, and I know you and I were concerned with some of the key people that were shook up in that first ball game.
I don't see who that was Butler, number 22. He picks up probably 2 yards on play, can bring up 2nd and 8. The ball out to the Baker 27-yard line. Number 11, Gary Wentz, taking the play in for the Buffaloes. Try to set that Thibodaux defense for you. The tackles are number 67, Brian Narcan, and number 84, Harold Hill. The ends will be number 59, Hank Gage, and number 76, Kyle Hotard. Linebackers are number 60, David Eaton, and number 38, William Sanders. The monster back should be number 81, Eric Burgee. Bad pitch. Mulkey couldn't get a handle on it. Baker lost yardage all the way down to about the 19-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and long yardage.
This is a little different start on this drive than they had on the opening kickoff drive, Sid. They took possession on the opening kickoff on their own 43-yard line, marched 57 yards in a total of 6 plays, 5 running plays and 1 pass play right into the end zone, which you said was a very impressive drive. I agree with you. They're getting a little puttering start here on this one.
Well, the outside linebacker for the Tigers is number 86, Jason Ponteef. Halfbacks is number 31, Alexander Williams, and number 12, Jeffrey Fry. And the safety is number 41, Mike Jones. The pass complete to number 31.
Boy, Joey Nelson was right on target.
Tell me about
that young man threw that football right where the man was going to be. A fine pass play by Joey Nelson.
Andy Foster, and just when we thought things were looking bleak for the offensive unit, beautiful route by number 31, Foster. He beat his man deep, and Joey Nelson just couldn't have put the ball any better. I tell you,
when Joey Nelson released the football, Andy Foster's back was to the quarterback, and when he went about another 5 or 10 yards, when he turned around, the football was right there waiting on him. That was a beautiful execution.
Beautiful pass, beautiful reception. Gives the Buffaloes a 1st down at the Tiger 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand off to Mulkey, nowhere. That time, defense was right there waiting for Mulkey when he got the handoff, and we lose about 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14 at midfield. Number 31, Foster, checking back in the game for the Buffaloes. Greg, a victory tonight for the Buffaloes to give them their 18th consecutive regular season victory.
That's impressive in Quad A football, I can tell you.
Oh. Well, Nelson just didn't have anywhere to go, and we got a player down on the field for the Buffaloes. Slow getting up. Number 24, that's Jeff Mulkey, kind of got sandwiched in on that play. But Mulkey trying to trying to throw a block out there, just got run over by one of those big linemen for Thibodaux. Was able to get to the quarterback. He just didn't have any time at all to set up, try to throw the ball. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 23, the ball all the way back to the Buffalo 41-yard line. So Thibodaux bowing their backs here after the first possession when Baker marched right downfield and got 7 points on the board. We got 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the first quarter here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker, Louisiana, and the Buffs are up 7-0. That's hanging. That could be an interception. Number 31 had an interception and knows it, but he didn't. At least he got the ball knocked down. But Greg, that time Joey kind of lost his footing. The field probably still a little damp.
I don't have a number 4 on my roster. Who's Baker's number 4?
That's going to be Earl Marcel.
Okay,
Earl
there you go.
Marcel, senior for the Buffaloes. One of the speedsters, one of the members of the state champion track team last year for the Buffaloes. Quad A state champion.
Yeah, Joey lost his footing in the backfield that time and liked to slip down. Time he got his composure, his pass was off cue. Good kick.
Beautiful punt. Here you're getting a beautiful punt.
Uh-oh, they got a mix-up back here.
Good job.
Good shot.
Number 86, Tony LeBlanc, covering on the kick. Thibodaux's going to start deep in their own territory at the 11-yard line. Set the Thibodaux offense for you. At center is number 71, Clint Clement. The guards are number 63, Nate Robinson, and number 64, Jarrett Oncal. The tackles are number 54, Donald Miller, and number 77, Jerome Richard. The ends are number 84, Harold Hill, and number 88, B.J. Rodriguez. We'll get to the rest of them after this play. Thibodaux back to pass, throwing a short pass. Well,
I believe he maintained control. He was bobbling a little bit, but he fell down with it.
That's right.
See, that was an impressive punt. 49 yards and no return. In other words, he was down where he got possession of the football. There was a bobble on it. 49-yard punt. That was
beautiful
impressive.
punt. Quarterback's number 5, Josh. Well, I guess we'll pronounce that least. Reggie Hilliard with that punt for the Buffaloes. Number 6, Reggie Hilliard, doing an outstanding job with that punt. 2nd and 2 for the Tigers, a ball on their 19-yard line. Well, they got the first down out to the 24-yard line. Tackle made by number 44, Jernigan, along with number 40, Anthony McCurdy. But it does give the Tigers a first down on their own 24-yard line. Fullback for the Tigers, number 35, Lyle Purcell. I guess that's how you pronounce that. And tailback's number 32, Donald Harry. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 24-yard line. Good job. Boy, number 44, number 62,
82.
Quincy Hall, number 82, Darren Banniger, both ends in the nose guard doing an outstanding job that time. Tim Breed, number 44, from the other end position. Number 41, Chad Richardson, checking in for number 40, Anthony McCurdy. There's a loss on the play of 2 yards, brings up 2nd and 12. Ball back on the 21. Good pressure. Got it.
There was some good faking on the part of that Thibodaux quarterback
Sure
at
was.
times, Sid.
Greg, so far I'm impressed with both lines, offensively and defensively for the Buffaloes. They've been doing a pretty good job. Thibodaux, as you know, came in tonight. We're facing some of the biggest linemen on both sides of the line that we're going to face all year with this Thibodaux bunch. They got one young man out there that's 298 pounds. I got several that's in the 240, 250 range, one up around 260. So Thibodaux having a very large offensive and defensive line. Another pass going out here. Number 29, Ronnie Monk, he's slipping down. Not enough for a first down. Did pick up good yardage out to the 29-yard line. Bring up 4th down, though. And I feel sure Thibodaux will have to be forced to punt the ball again. Back deep for the Buffaloes, number 6, Hilliard, number 24, Jeff Mulkey. And Greg Baker should come out with pretty decent field position with this turnover.
Sid, I want to tell you Baker's impressed me, and being gone 2 weeks, I guess maybe I can see. Uh-oh.
The squib kick, going to give Baker excellent field position.
Rolling
taking a
down.
Baker roll. down to the 33-yard line. Baker take over 1st and 10 on the Thibodaux 33-yard line. Greg, you were saying?
Well, let's say this first. That's a net punt of about 3.5 yards for Thibodaux, I think. I think our stat man said 4 yards. We're going to give him credit for 4 yards on that punt. I want to say I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm coming back. I'm looking at a different Baker football team than I seen in the Jamboree in the first ball game of the season, in that these guys have matured a great deal as a varsity squad. Now, they wasn't born at the first of the season with a great deal of
Number 30, Jeff Braxton, running hard, putting his head down, getting all the way down to the 26-yard line. Big run for Braxton. Number 30, Jeff Braxton, who just came in a nice contest on this series of downs. Greg, you know, this is what the coaches talk about. They want to see improvement every week. And so far, this squad overall has improved a little bit each week.
Man, I think that's important. I think we've seen that in Baker High School football in the past several years, that they got better a little bit longer away. This team, again, was not born at the first of the 1989 season as a championship team, but if they can progress a little bit in each ball game.
Good blocking, good first down. Braxton takes the ball down to the 20, well, let's say the 19-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. And, Greg, that blocking on the front line by the Buffaloes has been tremendous so far tonight. And I tell you what, this team really impressed me. Coach Thomas and his staff should be commended tonight. They look like they got these boys really ready to play this ball game.
Yeah, if they can get a little bit better each week, to me, that's a sign of a good football team, and I think this team has.
Blocking up front's just unbelievable. I tell you that. That's just something we hadn't seen that much of this year. And I know it's early in the season, but these young men look like they come out to serve notice. They ready to play some ball. Number 22, Butler, carried, gets down to about the inside, just inside the 14-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and a long 4. Number 22, Butler at fullback. Number 30, Jeff Braxton at tailback. Braxton hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get anywhere. Tried to spin off, but awful hard defense out there. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And let's say 4. Well, they call it a loss on the play. Going to be 3rd down and 5. The ball just outside, the nose of the ball just outside the 14-yard line. Number 31, fall, and that's the end of the first quarter here at Wedge Kyes Field. Baker, Louisiana, where the scores in Baker Buffaloes 7, Thibodaux Tigers nothing.
And the Baker Buffaloes threatening, folks.
In the finish ceremony, we'd like to thank Mr. Tony Pitt for donating a medal for the week's drinking ceremony. Thank you very much, Mr. Pitt.
Well, the teams are changing into the field. Is he going to cut that? While the teams are changing the ends of the field, maybe we can get a little stats off of the first quarter. Have you got anything calculated for us, or we'll wait till halftime, or what, Jay? All right, we'll give y'all some stats at halftime. First, folks, the Baker Buffaloes on their first drive marched 57 yards in 6 plays for pay dirt to get the first score on the board, and that is the only score of the first quarter here at Wedge Kyes Stadium.
Well,
now,
Baker,
go ahead, Sid.
Baker going with a double tight end right now, Greg, getting down in there 3rd and 5 at the 15-yard line. Number 44, Tim Breeden, checked in, replacing the split end number 11, Gary Wentz. So Baker going with a double tight end formation. Hand off to number 30, Braxton. Braxton's inside. Gets down inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 7-yard line. We got a flag on the play, however. Greg, I see across the field over around the Groom Road area, the buses from Thibodaux carrying their band, pepsters and dance squad and so forth are just now arriving. So evidently they must have had a little difficulty. Hopefully they didn't get lost. Maybe they just got a late start, but they're just arriving here at Wedge Kyes Stadium.
Well, you know, they feed them on them trips too, Sid. Maybe they got big eaters down there. Huh?
Well, Greg, that was a well-executed play that time, but we got a holding call against the Buffaloes, bringing the ball all the way back out to about the 24-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 15. And Braxton had picked up good yardage inside the 10 down to about the 7 before that penalty. So we got a 3rd and 15. Baker hurting themselves on that penalty. Nelson back to pass.
Oh,
well, he's throwing that away. That probably was a wise move. We got 4th and 15. Gonna be interesting to see what the Buffaloes do here. It would be at least probably somewhere in the neighborhood. Ball's in near the far hash mark, but I think we're going for it. I don't think they're contemplating field goal here. You'd be looking at something like a 40-something yard field goal. Artie Miller has a strong leg, but that's a little out of high school range, even for quad A football. 4th down and 15. Buffaloes.
All right.
Well, Artie Miller having a little pressure that time. Buffaloes had an excellent scoring opportunity, but that penalty really hurt them. Kind of took them completely out of contention for a score. 4th and 15, all the way back out at the 23-yard line. So Thibodaux dodging a bullet there. Comes up 1st and 10 on our own 23. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in to this telecast, we got 11 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest.
Where'd you get that?
And the score is Baker 7, Thibodaux nothing.
Harry on the carry. To the 30-yard line. Pick up a 6, 2nd and 4.
They need to put us on that list this year. We've been 2 years now. I'm going to tell them it's good. You take care of it.
2nd and 4 for the Tigers. Well, he's got, looked like we were having behind the line of scrimmage. Brings the ball out to about the 32-yard line. 3rd and 2. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy checking in from number 41. Chad Richardson. Big 3rd down play here. Baker certainly like to hold him. Well, tackle made by number 25, Roderick Coffey, along with number 44, Tim Breeden, and 62, Quincy Hall, but not until after the Tigers picked up a 1st down out to the 38-yard line. So Thibodaux has a 1st and 10 at their 38. Greg, one statistic that I'm very impressed with our defense is the number of turnovers that they forced this year. As you know, well, I know you missed that 2nd game against Acadiana. Acadiana did move the ball well on us, but we forced some key turnovers and were able to turn the ball back, on just about every scoring opportunity they had.
That's an indication of a real. Oh!
Almost intercepted by number 20, Ben Gautreaux.
That's the indication of a real aggressive and good defense when you can cause turnovers, Sid. I'm going to tell you what I'm pleased with tonight so far in this ball game is the absence of penalty flags on the field now. In the first ball game against Zachary, we were laden with penalty flags. It seems like on every other play there was a penalty flag. We hadn't seen one tonight. Maybe one.
Well, Ben beating his head on that last play. He knew he should have had that interception.
Man, I'm telling you, that was a key opportunity.
2nd down and 10.
He'll have more chances, though. He'll get one before it's over with.
Handoff right up the middle. Running hard.
I'm impressed with our defensive secondary as a whole, Sid, from the corners all the way back. The linebackers and the defensive deep backs, that they've done a good job this year on pass defense.
Well, Coach Milton Broussard is known here at Baker for his defense and done an outstanding job over the years as defensive coordinator, and this year is no exception. But, Greg, one of the things that's helped this defense in the secondary this year is they have Coach David Hopper, who is doing nothing but coaching the defensive backs.
Baker might have it. The Buffaloes might have possession.
Buffaloes have the football. That's one of those key turnovers I was talking about, Greg. Thibodaux looked like they might have been moving the ball a little bit, and here comes a hard hit, a fumble, and a heads-up play by our defensive player, and we have excellent field position, 1st and 10 at the Thibodaux 39-yard line. But Hopper has done an outstanding job with just working primarily with the defensive backs this year, and has really done a good job with that secondary.
That was a fine heads-up play on the defensive part. There was 3 Baker Buffaloes crowded on top of that football fast.
Baker has excellent field position again with that turnover from the defense. Nelson had nowhere to go. Number 73 just got beat that time by the defensive player, and there's a big loss on the play. Man, he was right up in Nelson's face, and that's not the quarterback's fault there, Greg.
No, it was good that he could maintain possession of the football being hit like he was hit.
Ball all the way back to the Baker. Well, to the Thibodaux 48-yard line, brings up 2nd and 18, 8-yard loss on a play.
See it, Joey Nelson's dad played football in this district back
hand off to Braxton, down to the 41.
Played for Glen Oaks High School, so.
Well, he was a fine athlete in his own right.
He certainly was.
Number 31, Andy Foster checking in with the play. Brings up 3rd down and 13. Ball on the Tiger 42.5-yard line. Number 11, Gary Wentz to this side. Number 31, Foster to the far side. Interception. We got a foot race.
Joey Nelson's going to have to get him, it looks like.
Well, we got a flag down on the play, but it was thrown in the area of the field that would indicate offensive holding. Nelson throwing the ball just off the mark that time.
See, it looked like Joey Nelson was going to be left as the sole man to catch him, but Eric Butler, number 22, closed ground fast and was right there, but Joey Nelson mixed it up with him. I want to tell you, you hate to see your quarterback get put in a position like that, but he was between that man and pay dirt.
Well, big turnover that time by Thibodaux.
33 yards on the return after that reception.
Gives them a 1st and 10 at the Baker 32-yard line. This is their biggest threat so far tonight's contest, with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first half, and Baker defense got the voter backs here. Flags up in the middle of the field that time. Another flag right in the vicinity of that indicate offensive holding, and that's what the call is going to be. Offensive holding against the Tigers, going to back them up. So they returning our compliment we gave them down on the other end of the field when we deep in their territory. I'm sure Baker's going to take this. A 10-yard penalty backs the ball up to the Baker 42-yard line. So it brings up 1st and 20 from the Thibodaux 42-yard line. Going deep.
He's wide open. Got a flag on the play.
Well, that could have been a defensive interference. Well, we had a mix-up in our secondary that time. They weren't set.
Looks like they're going to bring it back, Sid.
Well, that's a break for the Buffaloes. Greg, we had a lot of
They had an illegal, ineligible receiver downfield on the part of the Thibodaux Tigers that time. That man was wide open and was not covered at all. And then he bobbled the football up in the air to make the catch.
Well, number 4, Earl Marcel, replacing number 20, Ben Gautreaux, at safety.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, the Buffaloes dodged a silver bullet on that one. Ain't no two ways about it. That was definitely 7 points, at least 6 for the Thibodaux Tigers. And let me say this in defense of the officials. That flag was thrown way early while the ball was in the air. It wasn't anything second guessing after the catch was made. The flag was already on the ground before the ball got to the receiver.
Well, it's 1st and 25
7-yard line, first and 25.
Good job that time of number 33, Steve Jernigan. Number 41, Chad Richardson checking in at linebacker, replacing number 40, Anthony McCurdy. Number 20, Ben Gotro coming back in at safety, replacing number 4, Earl Marcel.
Jernigan in on the defensive play. The second man, 25.
Second and 25 for the Tigers. Handoff up the middle. Tackle made out there by number 60. Well, number 6, Reggie Hilliard. Number 62, Quincy Hall. Number 40, McCurdy checking back in for number 41, Richardson at linebacker. Pickup of about 7 on the play brings up 3rd and 18, ball at the 41-yard line. Now, I think there's no question in anybody's mind, 3rd and 18, that the ball should be in the air.
I think it shouldn't be any question in the defensive secondary's mind.
All right, interception.
Uh-oh. We might get a face mask.
All right, flags fly. Number 29, Ronke Mulkey coming up with a big interception, and that's what this defense is all about this year, Greg. They make the turnovers. They make the turnovers. We got a flag on the play.
11-yard return after the interception. There's 3 flags fell in the same place, so whatever they seen, they all seen it at the same time, see it? I think it's against definitely against the Tigers. I think it might be face mask, so let's see. Because it was too early for piling on. The flags were thrown early. Face mask, yeah.
Well, it moves the ball down to the Thibodaux 49-yard line.
Face mask violation penalty, puts the ball at the 49-yard line in Thibodaux territory. Hand off
to Brack. Good tackle that time. That was number 56.
They're getting into the Baker backfield on those running plays, and they're getting to the Baker backs before they get to the line of scrimmage good.
Well, in that last series, number 60, Brian Burgoyne checking in for the Buffaloes, replacing number 73, Clay Doherty. Brian Burgoyne, this is the first time we've seen Brian in the ball game.
Well, I think there's an indication that the coaching staff might have felt like that's where those people's coming through right there, and they're going to try something different on the offensive line. Brian Burgoyne's a fine ball player. Let's see what he can do on this thing.
Number 30, Braxton running hard. Not much room, picks up about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Buffaloes. Brian has had that shoulder has been sore. As we said, he had that shoulder injury in the first game of the season against the Broncos. He missed the entire game against Acadiana. He was dressed out on the sideline last week against Jesuit. However, he did not have shoulder pads on. He practiced in a limited capacity this past week. And Coach Thomas said that if he had to, he would put number 60, Brian Burgoyne, in the game.
Baker's got 2 wide
Brian's
out.
an excellent blocker.
Wentz to one side and Foster to the other.
Oh,
Andy Foster.
right there. Well, Nelson doing a great job keeping his cool. Got the ball off.
Have another flag on the field down here, what?
Yeah, way down here is a flag down on the 30-yard line. That was a ball that should have been caught. Would have been enough for Baker first down. But we do have a flag down, and we don't know which way it's going. It's holding, defensive holding against the Tigers. So the Tigers really hurting themselves here with the turnover and the penalties. Against the Tigers, should be enough to give the Buffaloes a first down. All the way down to the Tiger 38-yard line, and it is. It gives the Buffaloes number 24, Mulkey, and number 4, Marcel, checking in the ball game for the Buffaloes. We got 5 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in this contest. The Tigers are calling a timeout, evidently try to regroup, try to gain a little poise and composure here. With 5 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest, the Buffaloes are on top of the Tigers by a score of 7-0. Buffaloes blew an excellent scoring opportunity to start the second quarter when they got deep inside the Tiger territory on a run by Braxton, about an 8-yard run by Braxton from scrimmage, brought it inside the 10 down to about the 7, but a 15-yard penalty brought it all the way back out to about the 23. And then Buffalo just had a breakdown from there. Tigers had a scoring threat here in the second quarter, brought the ball all the way down to the Baker at one point, to the Baker 32-yard line, but some penalties and some fine defensive play forced a turnover. Baker came up with the interception, and now we're back here with the ball 1st and 10 at the Thibodaux 38-yard line.
1st and 10 for Baker from the 38-yard line and Thibodaux territory.
Well, Baker having another breakdown.
I think there was movement in the backfield that time. We're going to cause a
back us up again. Well, Baker started this game, just looked like they couldn't do any wrong on offense. That first drive was the most impressive drive so far of the year. Penalty is going against the Buffaloes, backing the ball up to about the 44-yard line. Bring up 1st and 15.
Well, the Thibodaux High School Tiger Marching Band has finally made it to the stadium, folks. Their bus has just rolled in about 5 or 10 minutes ago, and now they're coming onto the sidelines. I guess they had some kind of a delay on the way here, but they have finally made it.
Nelson back to pass. He's got some pressure. Well, they got a hand on the ball that time. Number 81 putting a fine rush on him. Caught Nelson's arm. Nelson was unable to complete the pass, had a receiver wide open. But defensive pressure that time caused the pass to go off to the side.
See, a great deal of the speculation as to the question in the 1989 Buffalo team came during the Jamboree this year, where Baker came out and lost the Jamboree to Lee High School. I think, if memory serves us correctly, 24-17, they lost to Lee, and then everybody was kind of in question as to what we were going to have. But I want to remind everybody, but not many years ago, Tara lost their first 4 regular season football games consecutively in a row and won the state championship. So just because you get a slow start sometimes don't make that much difference. Good shot.
Good catch. And I tell you what, that was a good shot. That's number 13, Gerald Sewell, an 195-pound sophomore. That's the first time we've seen him in a ball game this year for the Buffaloes. 10-yard reception. It's going to bring up 3rd down. But it brings the ball inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they're definitely
3rd and about.
They're definitely using
7.
Joey Nelson's talents in terms of his passing arm, because he's had a lot of opportunities in terms of pass plays tonight. So I think he'll probably get another one here, being 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. No,
Monkey running hard.
That might be enough.
He might have enough first down. He's awful close down
if it's
inside.
Not far enough to go for it on 4th down.
That's exactly right. He's down to the 28-yard line.
I think it's going to be enough.
It's going to be, well,
they're going to measure for it.
They're going to measure for it. It's going to be awful close. It may be just a hair.
I thought the ball was a little further than where they spotted it.
Right. Monkey running real hard, gets down to about the 28-yard line. There's a measurement here for a first down, but as you say, Greg, we going for this.
I think we got it. First down, Buffalo.
First down, Buffaloes. Well, we got 3 minutes and 59 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Buffaloes on top of the Tigers by a score of 7-0. Greg, I know we would all like to see the Buffaloes put some more points on the board for halftime.
We definitely would, because anything can happen. They struck us like a rattlesnake a while ago on that one pass play. And fortunate for the Buffaloes, there was a penalty that called it back and negated a touchdown, a definite touchdown by the Tigers.
Number 50.
We need to get some more points, get a little safety here.
Hand off to Monkey. Monkey's got a little running room. Down inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. Number 54, Brad Wells, checking in the ball game for number 60, Brian Burgoyne.
Good yardage on that play. Pick up a 5 yards. See, now that's the kind of drive, the kind of plays that you'd want to see here, because with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game, with 20-something yards left to go into the end zone, if they can get 3, 4, 5 yards on each carry, they can eat up a lot of that clock and bring this thing in at halftime with a 2-touchdown lead over the Tigers.
Baker going at 2 double tight end set.
Pitch back. Good.
Beautiful defense.
See, that was the same play that the Baker Buffalo scored on in the first quarter, where he fakes the man off tackle and pitches back, but Tiger defense was waiting for him that time.
Well, we had a double tight end set that time. Number 44, Tim Breeden, in place of number 11, split in Gary Wentz. Brad Wells, number 54, checks back in, replacing Brian Burgoyne. And when they go to that double tight end position, formation, they swap out the guards with running in and out the plays. So be interested to see what's called here on 3rd and 8. Handoff number 22, Butler. He gets down inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. It'll be awful close, you're right. See where they mark it.
They call it 4th down.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
Less than a yard, I believe, Sid. Or about a yard.
Let's call it 4th and 1. Big 4th down play. Burgoyne back in the ball game. Big 4th down play here, Greg. 2 minutes left to go in the first half of this contest. Buffaloes do need to put some more points aboard. Well, he looks like he's got it. Down to the 17-yard line, so the Buffaloes pick up the first down.
Oh, Joey Nelson looks good on the quarterback sneak. He made 2 or 3 yards on that.
Sure did. We got an injured Tiger on the field. That's number 67, Brian Knockan. Brian's listed as a 227-pound senior.
While we have a timeout on the field, I want to recognize a group of men that's very, very important to this community, important to this institution, and definitely important to the Baker Buffaloes, and that's your coaching staff. The head mentor, the head coach of the Battling Buffaloes is Coach Larry Thomas. In his 3rd year, I believe, as head coach of the Baker Buffaloes, has a very, very impressive record leading the Buffaloes this year. His assistant coach is the defensive coordinator, of course, is Milton Broussard, been here many, many years, and does a fine job with the Baker defenses. Offensive coordinator is Coach Joe Mook, and he's no stranger to the game. He's done a fine job through the years for the Baker Buffaloes. Other members of the coaching staff are Earl Langlois, Melvin Stringer, Ed Brabham, David Hopper, Lee Miller, and Coach John Bauer. These men do a tremendous job. They work real hard in the spring to coach these Buffaloes, get them ready for the ensuing season, and then come out real early in the summer. Of course, they're here most of the time throughout the summer in weight programs and things with the Buffaloes, but they come out real early and start practices in early August. So we want to congratulate these men, the efforts that they put forward for the fine men. And I want to tell you, the mark of good coaches are what they turn out, after what these boys are when they leave this institution. And I think that you can look around this community and see some fine, fine young men that were coached, taught, and influenced by these men that we just named here.
Number 30, Braxton, checking in place of number 24, Mulkey. Baker still going with the double tight end formation. They picked up 2 yards, 2nd and 8. The ball just inside the 15-yard line, down to the 14-yard line.
I don't think the clock's an enemy to the Buffaloes yet, Sid, but it's going to get serious in a few minutes. Of course, we have timeouts left, and we're right where we want to be, I guess.
Pass incomplete, intended for number 22, Butler, and that time
look, Joey Nelson did
had
fine
no time.
In traffic. He had 2 people grab hold to him that he threw under duress.
We have not been doing a whole that good a job so far tonight. We have not been doing that good a job on the defensive ends. They've been putting a lot of pressure on Joey Nelson.
Who do we want to thank tonight? The Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut at Baker, Louisiana, with a new location on Main Street, folks. We want to ask that you patronize these people. They're the ones that support Baker Athletics. Tonight's sponsor is the Pizza Hut of Baker, Louisiana.
3rd and 8.
Location on Main Street.
Number 22,
him another chance, and he made
Butler. Butler's down to the 1-yard line. They got away from the double tight end formation, put number 11, Gary Wentz, in the ball game. Kind of opened things up, and Joey Nelson had time to get rid of the ball that time, got it to number 22, Eric Butler, who did a good job of receiving the ball.
That was Eric's second opportunity to play. Right before that, he had a chance, and then he dropped it near the sideline. He made good on it that time. We want to thank Pizza Hut. And you're watching this ball game right now, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, as you're watching this ball game, call Pizza Hut on Main Street, Baker, the new location at 774-7440. And order your pizza right now while you're watching the ball game. They'll deliver it to you before the next 5 plays of this ball game, we're sure. That phone number again at Pizza Hut of Baker is 774-7440. While you're watching this ball game, order you a large pizza or several large pizzas. I know they'll appreciate it. These people support Baker High School Athletics. And we want to thank them, and that's their way that's our way of thanking them, and yours too, by ordering a pizza from them right now. So give them a call.
Baker having an excellent scoring opportunity. Looks like the ball's, well, we said the 1 yard line. It looks like the ball's actually near about the 3 yard line. Going to be first and goal for the Buffaloes on the Tiger 3 yard line. There's 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest. Baker certainly doesn't want to make a mistake down here, and they want to come away with some points on the board. Baker going with that double tight end position again. Number 44, Breeden, replacing number 11, Wentz. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Eric Butler, number 22, scoring his second touchdown in a nice contest for the Buffaloes. With 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go in this contest, well, the first half of this contest, Buffalo's on top of the Tigers by a score of 13-0.
We talking college or what?
Touchdowns and points on the board makes the Buffaloes Taco.
Number 83, Artie Miller, in to attempt the second extra point of the night.
Miller will try for the point.
First was good. Joy Nelson in the hole. The snap's right there. There's a kick. It's good. And the Buffaloes are on top of the Tigers by a score of 14-0 with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest.
Well, they worked that one like a harp string, see, because there's only 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the first half. And they just took that little drive, took the time, got right down in there. And that has 14 points on the board, 14-point lead over the Thibodaux Tigers. I have a little trivia contest for you folks. Trivia contest sponsored by our producer, Mr. Bert Carson, with Treb. Treb Productions brings you Baker High School football. The question this week is, what is the highest scoring football game in history, and what were the two teams playing in that game? What is the highest scoring football game in history, whether it's high school, college, or pros? The highest football game in history, and what were the two teams playing?
Well, there's the answer right here.
All right, we're going to...
No, you don't want me to read that.
774-6699. 774-6699. The first 10 people that called with the correct answer, there'll be a drawing out of those 10 for a large pizza.
Got some room. Running hard. Boy, that was a good return. Looked like Baker would have had him right back there on about the 25-yard line, but he followed his wall all the way out to about the, well, let's see, they're marking the ball at the 44-yard line, so the Tigers will take over first and 10 at their own 44 with 54 seconds left in the first half.
I believe they're going to have an aerial attack against the Buffaloes at this moment, too.
Mike Birdwell, number 7, in at a corner for the Buffaloes.
Now the Baker defensive secondary is kind of slack back a little bit. Well.
Interception.
No good. He fell out of bounds.
Well, he came down out of bounds.
That was still a good interception. I want to tell you, he don't know where that sideline's at. That's an interception in his mind.
Well, the defensive unit running off the field. Offensive unit went on. They were ready to get back out there, but he came down out of bounds. Was a great position on the ball. Was a good interception. He just caught it out of bounds. Number 6, Reggie Hilliard. Pass incomplete to number 85 out here.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, the number to call for the drawing. The first 10 people that calls with the correct answer will win a large pizza. Call 774-6699. Call Treb Productions at 774-6699. The trivia question of the week is, what is the highest scoring football game in history, and what were the name of the two teams that played in that game?
Got a 3rd and 10 here. 43 seconds left to go in the first half. Hand off to number 35, and number 33, Jernigan's right on top of him. Loss on the play. Fine defensive job that time by linebacker number 33, Steve Jernigan.
If you call in your answer and there's an answering machine, leave your name, your telephone number, and your answer. They'll be recorded in order, so we will pick up the first 10 correct answers. If there's an answering machine, just leave your name, your telephone number, and your answer. We'll record the first 10, take the first 10 that calls in order off of the answering machine.
Baker calling
774-6699. Sorry.
Baker calling a timeout.
Let's see if we get a shot of our beautiful cheerleaders down here on the sideline with this timeout. We'll introduce them to you, folks. The 1989 cheerleader staff. There we go, crowd in here and see them right here behind the fence while we have this timeout. Sharman Hawkins, Karen Womack is this year's captain, Amanda Nettles, Sean Bassett, Lauren Page, Holly Horton, Kelly Wargo, Allison Corberry, Nikki Kanzi, Michelle Morgan, who is the co-captain, Danielle Ellis, and we have our mascot Ashley Ann Moak, and Buffy is Shelley Dorbon. That's our beautiful cheerleaders for 1989. We don't want to overlook, well, let's get this here. Short punt, look at him, decapitated.
Well, number 4, Marcel, replacing number 20, Ben Gotro in the lineup. Looked like they, rather than a kick, they threw a pass to Earl. Earl was hit hard. Just one of those hits that forced the ball loose. Earl did a good job of fielding the ball and trying to turn it back upfield, but just one of those hits. Number 25, Roderick Coffey.
Well, that gives them that gives the Tigers a new opportunity with 14 seconds.
They got 1st and 10, the ball on their 48-yard line.
And the defense is slack back now. They're going to give them those short ones like that, Sid.
Well, that's enough for a 1st down out to the 40-yard line.
Oh, we got a flag
down. Now, Buffaloes may be hurting themselves here. They don't want to do anything foolish with 6 seconds left to go in the 1st half. Baker up by a score of 14-0. There's a flag on the play. Don't like where it was thrown, would indicate it would be against the Buffaloes. They're talking to the Thibodaux quarterback. It was enough for a 1st down.
Personal foul against the Buffaloes. That's going to walk off some real estate against the Baker Buffaloes and put the Tigers in that much better territory. We believe that there's only time enough for one more play, but you never do know. There's 6 seconds on the clock, folks, until halftime. And we believe that'll be enough time maybe for just one play. But from the 25-yard line, deep in the Buffalo territory, sometimes one play could be dangerous.
Well, we got 6 seconds left in the 1st half. Baker's up by a score of 14-0, but Thibodaux has a 1st and 10.
We had a 10-yard pass play that time with a 15-yard penalty tagged on.
Pass incomplete with 1 second.
There's going to be a second left.
So we're going to have one more play in this half.
With 1 second remaining in the 1st half.
That ain't the same Tiger clock operator that was at that Ole Miss game, is it?
I tell you what, Greg, we're going to see a field goal attempt here. This will be a 43-yard attempt. A 43-yard attempt with 1 second left to go in this 1st half of this contest.
Or an attempt at something.
Well, it's going to be no good, and the horn sounds.
Run it out, son. The whistle hadn't blown.
Well, this year with the rule change, you can pick it up and run it back, and that's what Steve Jernigan did. Of course, he knew the horn was sounded, but I think the best thing probably would have been to do is get on a knee down there or whatever. But nevertheless, the Buffaloes doing an outstanding job so far tonight against the Thibodaux Tigers. They're up by a score of 14-0.
Let me name 4 people before we break here real quick that's real important to the Baker Buffaloes. This year's 1989 manager and trainers are Jeremy Bennett, Russ DeLauder, Marty Broussard, and Ron Brumley. These young men work real hard in support of the Baker High School Buffaloes. What are we doing?
Presenting this evening for the 2nd half of your halftime entertainment, the Baker High School Marching Band, under the field direction of your drum major, Paul Wright. And your Thibodaux captain, Michelle Baxter, and co-captain, Cherie Pansano. Tonight's precision drill show was written in entirety by Miss Sandy LeGrand. Presenting the Baker High School red line under the full direction of Tina Dunnington, captain, Missy Stevens and Kim Brashear, co-captains. They will perform to the tune Respect.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of play here at Wedge Kyes Stadium, where the visiting Tigers of Thibodaux find themselves on the short end of a 14-0 score. The Baker Buffaloes have taken the lead in this contest during the first half of play by two impressive drives and lead the Tigers 14-0. The Baker Buffaloes received at the opening kickoff, so they'll be kicking off in this second half. I'm Greg Allen along with Sid Gotro, bringing you Baker High School Buffalo football, along with Jay Brown, our statistician, up in the press box with us. I want to thank Trev Productions under the ownership and management of Mr. Bert Carson for bringing you Baker High School activities, sports and other activities throughout the year. Bert Carson, we thank you. I want to thank Cablevision of Baker and Zachary. See, there's the kickoff.
Good kick going down to 10. They momentarily bobbled the ball. Boy, I tell you what, had good pursuit that time. Brings it all the way back out to the 32-yard line. Well, let's say the 34-yard line. Bring 1st and 10 for Thibodaux to start off the second half. Number 11, Gary Wentz, injured on the play, hobbling off. He made it to the bench under his own power, but certainly hope he's doesn't have a serious injury.
Sid, I'm going to pass the mic to Jay Brown, get some first half statistics on the ball game when we get a little break here.
Pitch back to number 32. Good pursuit out there by the Buffalo defense. Looks like just about everybody over there. Number 82, Jay Brown. Jay Brown. Got Jay Brown on the bar. Jay Brown, why don't you give us some stats? That was number 82, Berninger.
Sid's trying to put me out there in the football field. First half stats favored the Baker Buffaloes, as did the scoreboard. In the first half, Baker ran up 8 first downs, 3 by passing, 4 rushing, and 1 by penalty. They had 24 rushes for a net of 70 yards. In the passing department, Joey Nelson was 4 for 10 with 1 interception, 63 yards for a total offense of 133 yards. We had 1 punt for a 49-yard average by Eric Butler, 3 penalties for a total of 30 yards, and we lost 1 fumble on that aborted punt. Individual stars for Baker High School has got to be Mr. Eric Butler, number 22. He rushed 9 times for 57 yards, received 1 pass for 11 yards, and scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. So we're looking for big things from the bus in the second half. Back to you, Sid.
Well, it's 3rd down and 3. Ball out on about the 41-yard line. Pass play. Somebody got a hand on it. Number 41, no, they call it incomplete. Number 41, Chad Richardson, having a shot at the ball. Just a little short. Baker had good defense on the play. Somebody got a hand up on the quarterback or either on the ball, deflected it. Almost intercepted by Chad Richardson, number 41. But it brings up a 4th down and 3, so the Buffalo defense doing their job to start the second half, forcing Thibodaux to punt the ball. Back deep for the Buffaloes will be number 6, Reggie Hilliard, and number 24.
It's a fake. It's going to be a pass.
Good job. Great job. I think that's number 29, Ron Kimulke, senior 29, Ron Kimulke. Looked like it was going to be complete, and he just came out, made a beautiful play, defensive play. So Baker will take over on that fake punt. Excellent field position for their first possession of the second half. They've got a 1st and 10 on the Thibodaux 40-yard line.
Sid, more impressive than the Buffalo stats in the first half was the accuracy of our statistician, Jay Brown. Did a fine job keeping those stats, and he's impressed. He impressed me. We might use him on Monday Night Football.
Good job by number 24, Jeff Mulkey, fighting to get. Oh, look at the little man go! I tell you what, I thought he was down right at the line of scrimmage. He just changed directions, went to the total opposite side of the field.
Sid, I hope the people at home can hear you because your needle's not moving over there when you talk.
Huh?
Are we wired for sound, folks?
Okay.
I know the first ball game this year that I kept watching that needle sit still, and sure enough, we were bleeding you through a different mic the whole ball game.
Yeah. Well, as excited as I get, they probably could hear me without the mic.
That was a fine run by little Jeff Mulkey. There he goes again. All right.
24, Eric Butler. Mulkey had picked up enough for the first down.
22 was
down to the 30. We had a 1st and 10, and number 22, Eric Butler, picking up about 3 yards on a play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Number 31, Foster, bringing the play into quarterback Nelson.
Well, the Tigers are the first ones to show a little trickery in the ball game, lining up for that punt formation a while ago. Centered the ball to the short man, and he went out into the flat to throw a pass, but the Buffaloes broke that up, so we wound up with good field position on this changeover.
Ooh, number 4, Earl Marcel.
I believe the ball was there. Joey Nelson did a fine job putting the football in Earl Marcel's hand, and it was thrown real hard, but it had to be because it was a moving play.
Number 13, Gerald Sewell, checking in the ball game for the Buffaloes. 3rd down, 3rd and 8. Baker having an excellent opportunity here early to start the second half. Number 22, he's going on.
He might be going.
Tiger. Yeah.
Well, he ran out of bounds on about the 7-yard line, Sid. Beautiful run that time by number 22, Eric Butler for the Buffaloes, around off the left end, and he flared to the outside. A beautiful run.
Man,
picks up a beautiful first down.
Hey, what's a Thibodaux man trying to fool, firing up that hole, that Tiger, man? We in Baton Rouge, man. That fires up our boys.
I never have pulled against the Tigers in my life except against Thibodaux and Detroit.
Mulkey, number 24. We had a 1st and goal from the 9. Looks like Mulkey may have picked up. Well, let's see. Actually, no gain on the play. 2nd and goal from the 9. Number 30, Jeff Braxton, bringing the ball in to play in the ball game. Hand off to number 30, Braxton, bulling his way inside the 5-yard line, getting close to the 4. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Looks like they're going to spot it right on the 5-yard line mark, Sid.
3rd and goal from the 5. Well, I tell you what, Jay Brown was right on his stats at halftime. So far tonight, it's been Mr. Butler with the big plays.
Fumble.
Well, that's a bad pitch back that time.
4th down. Baker did recover the fumble.
Well, I won't be surprised if Baker retained possession if you see a field goal attempt here.
I believe they're bringing a field goal unit on the field. They
Well,
did retain possession, but I don't know how. There was 3 Tigers all around that football.
Baker doing a fine job of getting the ball down there after the defense turned the ball back over to him at the Tiger 40-yard line. Eric Butler on a fine run, aided on that drive by a couple of nice runs by number 24, Mulkey. But Tigers bowing their backs against the Buffaloes.
Unlike college football this year, the high school can still use the kicking tee, and Joey Nelson down to spot the ball, kicks up.
Kick no good. Well, that was an excellent scoring opportunity for the Buffaloes, and the Tigers just turned them back, Greg. You hate to see that. You get down that close to the goal line, you want to put something on the board. So the Tigers playing good defense, bowling it back against the Buffaloes. Thibodaux starts off 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Buffalo's on top of the Tigers by a score of 14-0.
Still, I'm still impressed with the Baker defense. After 4 games, or 3 games and almost 3 quarters, there's been only been 20 points been scored against the Baker Buffaloes. I'm impressed.
Well, that was a good pickup on a play, 12-yard pickup. Brings out to the 32. 1st down for the Tigers. Greg, in 7 quad A, Baker right now coming in a nice contest, leading the district as far as points allowed by the defense.
Look here.
Intercepted. Good block. Number 6, Reggie Hilliard. Here you're taking the ball down to the 40-yard line, so the defense giving the offense another opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Rising to the occasion. They hadn't been able to throw the football against the Baker defense except on 1 play, and we know that they were called on holding on that play. So,
well, I tell you what, that's what, 3rd interception tonight. 1 wasn't called because he caught the ball out of bounds. But that's the 3rd time that we've had an interception on that side of the field. If I was Thibodaux, I think I'd be throwing to the other side.
He intercepted that ball on about the Baker 40-yard line and returned it back to near the Thibodaux 40-yard line for a return of about 20 yards. We want to thank Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza, Baker, Louisiana. Domino's Pizza, fastest deliverers in the West, folks, for delivering pizzas to the press box tonight. Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza's delivered. Give Domino's a call right now and order you a pizza while you're watching this ball game.
Pick up a 3 on it. Oh, good defense. I tell you what, that's just beating the line there. Gonna bring up 3rd down. Tiger defense getting tough after the turnover. Baker got a 3rd down and 8. Lost a yard on play. Foster bringing the play into Nelson.
Kenny Johnson comes into the lineup on defense.
Number 4, Earl Marcel in the ball game. Nelson. Well, that was almost intercepted, intended for Marcel. It's going to bring up 4th down. I think you're going to see the punting unit come on for the Buffaloes. Baker trying to.
Well, Joey really didn't have a man wide open that time. Marcel was probably his best shot. He took it and it was low. And he fired it in there, trying to fire low so Marcel could maybe come back on it. But there was a defender right there with Marcel.
Hilliard back to punt for the Buffaloes. He's standing on about his 47-yard line. Takes a snap down. Good punt.
It's good because it's high. It's going to get inside the 20 and maybe stay there.
Lonnie Furr, number 50, tags it down for the Buffaloes, down on about the, well, let's see. It looks like inside
14-yard line.
14-yard line. So Thibodaux will take over 1st and 10 on their own 14. Thibodaux playing a little better defense this second half, Greg. That's twice so far tonight, both possessions for the Buffaloes offensively in the second half. They started from the Thibodaux 40, and we hadn't been able to put any points on the board. So Thibodaux doing a better job so far the second half on defense. Number 77, Brosette in on the tackle for the Buffaloes. Along with number 62, Quincy Hall, number 75, Mark Hayward. The whole interior of the Buffalo line.
Temple kick off here, gets to the 18-yard line. Second and 7.
A draw play.
Brown handing off to Harry. Harry gets to the 26-yard line.
Number 44, Breeden, and number 82.
That's
Burns
yardage
checking
for a
back
first
in.
down for the Tigers.
Well, number 84, that should be Patrick Marshall, number 85. Checking out of the ball, 65 rather, Fred McGree checking out of the ball game for the Buffaloes. It ends. That was enough for fumble.
Brown takes off back to the 22-yard line. Second and 13.
Woo! Good defense.
Good defense on the pitch man and on the quarterback. That was a beautiful defense.
Well, number 82, Berninger, all over the quarterback. You're right. That was an excellent defensive effort by the Buffaloes. The man who made the tackle on the back was there when the ball got there, so that was excellent defense. Loss on the play, going to bring up 3rd down, and let's say 13, 3rd to 13. Definite passing situation for the Tigers. Well, that pass was right there, but he just dropped the ball. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down. Buffalo defense doing another good job, Greg, of holding the Tigers, forcing them to punt. And Baker should come out with good field position off of this turnover.
Yeah, because they're punting deep from the Tiger territory around the 18-yard line, so Baker should get good field position.
Low
Smiling kick.
Woo! Gonna take a Tiger roll. No chance of a run back. Going down to the Baker 26-yard line. So Baker take over 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Baker on top of the Tigers by a score of 14-0.
26 and 18 is what? I think he kicked it. The ball was spotted at the 18. 52-yard punt from the line of scrimmage that time, a fine punt. We've seen some long punts in this ball game from both teams tonight. A 49-yarder earlier by the Baker Buffalo.
Braxton trying to get outside.
He comes up short of the line of scrimmage. Sid, he lost about a yard on the play after all that running. Gonna bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Buffalo. Sid Baker has 28 seniors on his squad this year, so they're gonna lose a substantial number of players at the end of this season. But I might add, they probably have as fine a crop of sophomores that's out there playing varsity football as I've ever seen in Baker High School history.
Well, they got a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. Good play, number 22. Number 22, Eric Butler.
After a loss of
picking up about 5 yards, but it's going to bring up, what, a 3rd and 7.
After a loss of those 28 seniors, they're going to come back next year with a strong squad, it looks like.
Big 3rd down play for the Buffaloes.
All right.
Oh, no. Joey Nelson doing an excellent job of stepping up into the pocket, getting the ball to number 83, hit him in the worst place, right in the numbers. Artie just couldn't hold on to it. Been awful close to a 1st down, but as it turns out, 4th down and 8, the Buffaloes having to punt the ball. And to do the kicking for the Buffaloes is number 6, Reggie Hilliard, who's gotten off some outstanding punts so far tonight for the Buffaloes. Let's hope this is another one. This turnover should give the Tigers their best field position so far in the 2nd half. Good kick. Good kick. He sees some daylight. Number 42, Paul Gautreaux, in on the tackle along with number 78 for the Buffaloes. Should be Rodney King. And Thibodaux will have their best field position to start the best field position of the 2nd half, I should say. They're starting at their own 49-yard line. Got 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Number 7, Mike Birdwell, in at the corner position for the Buffaloes, along with number 41, Chad Richardson, in at linebacker. Handoff up the middle.
It's a good tackle that time made by number 7, Mike Birdwell for Baker.
Along with number 41, Chad Richardson, but a good yardage picked up on a play, a little over 10 yards. It's going to give the Tigers 1st down to the Baker 39-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome a very special guest into the press box with us tonight. The real head of the household in the Gautreaux family, Miss Susie Gautreaux. Linda Sue Eckert Gautreaux, I might add. So cute.
Baby, the pizza's gone. the pizza's gone. We had some extra guests in the press box. We have some more on the way, though, Susan. That was good defensive play that time by the Buffaloes. Only picked up 1 yard for the Tigers. 2nd and 9, the ball just inside the 39-yard line, close to the 38.
I thought y'all was a flavor done, by the way. I'm going to give it to Mike money on it. Good hit. Boy. Who is that?
Number 20, Ben Gautreaux.
All right, Ben. Fine shot by Ben Gautreaux that time. That's one Tiger's not going to forget that reception in a long time, I want to tell you.
No, but it was 1st down to
being aggressive, comes in low to take that man right on the spot and turns him a complete somersault in the air. I'm going to tell you, this dangerous. That guy landed on his neck.
That was outstanding catch.
That was outstanding defense. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, folks, here at Wedge Kyes Stadium, where the battling Buffaloes have taken it to the Tigers from Thibodaux by a score of 14-0. The last quarter of play here, the Baker Buffaloes lead the Thibodaux Tigers by a score of 14-0. I'm going to tell you the impressive play of that of the third quarter was that attempted or that pass completion by the Thibodaux Tigers, and that defensive play by Ben Gautreaux was real impressive, folks. When you make yourself a tape of this game, play that back and watch it a couple of times. You want to see defensive aggression by a defensive player in the secondary. That was a fine defensive play.
Well, that was a good defensive play that time by the Buffalo front four. Defensive front four, no gain on the play. Is 2nd and 10. Greg, ball down at the Baker 24-yard line, and this has been the Thibodaux Tigers' biggest threat so far here in the second half. This is their deepest penetration. 2nd and 9, well, 2nd and a long 9, down at the Baker 24-yard line. Intercepting, number 82, Darren Berringer. And that's what we've been talking about, Greg. And I know you missed the 2 games because your business took you out of town. But, man, that's what this defense has been doing ever since after the first game of this season. You know, we had teams that came in here, Acadiana came in here and moved the ball pretty well against us from, say, the 20 through the 20. But when we got inside the 20, Baker bowed up, and we forced a lot of turnovers. That's what we've done so far here tonight, turnovers at key times. And that was a big, big pass interception that time by number 82.
I'd like to see the district stats on pass interceptions and total turnovers. I bet you Baker could be leading in that category.
We got a Tiger down on the field.
The Baker medics and Baker coaching staff going out to assist. We want to again get a shot of the cheerleaders while we have this timeout and introduce the Baker cheerleader squad to you again that you'll see down here on the sideline. We'll get a little zoom shot here. They don't have much light shine on them, but here we go. Our cheerleaders this year are Shawman Hawkins, the captain, Miss Karen Womack, Amanda Nettles, Sean Bassett, Lauren Page, Holly Horton, Kelly Wargo, Allison Corberry, whose mother I think is a teacher here at Baker High School, Nikki Kanzi, Michelle Morgan, who is the co-captain this year's on this year's squad, Danielle Ellis, and our mascot this year is Miss Ashley Ann Moak, and of course Buffy Shelley Darbone.
Hand off to number 30, Jeff Braxton. He's running hard. Gets out to about the 28-yard line. Picks up about 4 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 6. Number 54, Brad Wells, bringing into play for the Buffaloes. Number 13 for the Buffaloes, Gerard Sewell, flanked out to the right. Hand off number 22, Butler. Butler picks his way through the crowd there, gets out to about the 31-yard line, gonna be short of a first down. We got a Buffalo down on the field, Greg. I can't get his number from here. I'm looking for a number on the jersey. I can't see it, but we've got a Buffalo down on the far side of the field. We're going to bring up 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 for the Buffaloes. We got a timeout right now with an injured player down on the field. We can't tell you who it is from this point. We don't have the number. I'm trying to look at the players that are out there at this point, but it's hard to pick out which one it may be, and certainly we don't want to speculate on that. Well, it's going to be big number 83, Artie Miller. Big number 83, Artie Miller, and Artie's running off under his own power. Looks like he may be favoring that shoulder. That shoulder's giving Artie problems this year as well as last year. He's got a situation with his shoulder, Greg, that he surgically can't be corrected or anything else, and every once in a while those nerves something happens to it, it kind of goes numb on him.
Andy Foster splits wide to the right.
Braxton.
Oh, there's
flag. Well, that could be, well, holding, a spear, could be anything. Looks like well, Buffalo's hurting themselves with this penalty. We'll see what it's for. 5, 10, we talking 15 yards. Bringing the ball all the way down to the Baker 20-yard line.
Blocking below the waist, Sid, perhaps.
Clip.
What are we calling it, a clip?
Off to Braxton, picks up maybe 1 yard on a play. Baker having to punt now, Greg, 4th down, and once again Thibodaux Tigers should take over with pretty good field position with the turnover. Let's hope Hilliard can get off one of his better kicks. Reggie standing back on him on his 9-yard, well, let's call it the 10-yard line. Good snap. Tito's going with a return. High punt. Going down to about the 46. Ooh, good tackle. Number 50, Lonnie Furr. But once again, Thibodaux is going to come out with excellent field position. Ball at the Thibodaux 49-yard line. We got 9 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in this contest. Here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker, Louisiana, the Baker Buffaloes on top by a score of 14-0 over the Thibodaux Tigers. Baker defense being called on once again. Handoff up the middle. Ooh, hard hit. Picked up about 3 yards on the play. Should bring up 2nd and 7. He's down in the Buffalo territory, down at the Buffalo 48-yard line. On him.
But that's all.
Everybody missing him on the far side, and he's all the way down to the Baker 25-yard line. Well, they pulled a guard and a tackle that time.
Well,
picked up good yardage.
Baker's now into the position where they play super powerful defense inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line. So they're going to have to rise to the occasion again, Sid, because the Thibodaux Tigers are threatening, and there's time left in this ball game for them to make a game out of this with 8 minutes left in the game.
Number 4, Earl Marcel in the ball game for the Buffaloes.
Well, it's a pass incompletion is what it was. I think that young man heard footsteps that time because number 82 for the Baker Buffaloes, Darren Berninger was right in there and caused a little excitement.
Second down is 10.
Second down 10 for the Buffaloes. Tigers threatening here. 4th quarter. Buffaloes up by a score of 14-0. Good hit by number 41, Chad Richardson.
Down pass complete to Rodriguez.
Playing linebacker position tonight for the Buffaloes. Pick up
21-yard line.
Pickup of about 3 yards on a play. Number 20, Ben Gotro, checking back in for number 4, Earl Marcel.
defense so far, see it inside the 25, rising to the occasion. They held them to 4th down. Now it's going to be 4th down and about 7 yards to go for the Tigers. The Baker Buffalo defense again is holding their opponent scoreless.
Well, that's a big play for the defensive unit right now, Greg. 4th and 7. You know Thibodaux is not going to go for a field goal here. Be a long field goal at that, but 3 points are not going to help them being down 14-0 with only 7 minutes left to go in this contest. Big play right here, 4th and 7. Cross action play. Nobody's there.
He might make it. Well, the Thibodaux Tigers, ladies and gentlemen, are back in the ball game. That was a fine play, a fine run by that young man. Baker's defense just collapsed on him there on the 4th down play, 4th and long yardage, 4th and 7. A little misdirectional play that was well executed by the Thibodaux Tigers, and he marches unmolested into the end zone. And now Thibodaux Tigers trying for this extra point. We'll definitely be back in this ball game, trailing by only 1 touchdown. The kick's been...
It's blocked. And this could be a touchdown. 2 points. 2 points if he can make it. Oh!
On an extra point try, ladies and gentlemen. If he can return that football down into pay dirt, that serve as a 2-point conversion for the Baker Buffaloes. That's a new rule. There is a flag on the play, however.
Well, that could be proved to be very important in this game, Greg. I think we get the ball where he returned it to, if I'm not mistaken. I
don't know if there's a new kickoff or I think they're going to have to kick the football again, Sid. Yeah. You have an opportunity to try to return it on the extra point for 2 points. But if you fail, then the kick will be the other team and will kick off too. But there can be a penalty on that play, however, that will be assessed on the kickoff. Now, again, soon. There was an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Thibodaux Tigers that will be assessed on this kickoff. It's not going to do them much good, putting them back another, I guess, another 15 yards back from where they would normally kick off. They would typically kick off from the 40-yard line. Well, they kind of assessed them heavy duty there. That's
well, they're kicking off from the 35, Greg, so they bring it back to the 20. 15-yard penalty.
Well, they normally kick off from the 40, see? That looks like a 20-yard penalty. Oh, the 35, okay.
Penalty on the last play, took the ball.
Buffaloes could come out with good field position. Off of this. Back deep is number 24, Jeff Mulkey. The up back's number 6, Reggie Hilliard. Number 30, Jeff Braxton.
See, the young man that scored a touchdown for the Thibodaux Tigers, number 32, Donald Harry, has 124 yards rushing in this ball game.
Outstanding. Mulkey gets a kick. He's got some room. He's got some room. He could go. He could go. Oh, man, all the way down. Boy, he had the hole right there, and he hit it like a cannon.
If he cuts to the left, he's gone.
If he'd have cut to the left, he'd have gone. He didn't know it, but nevertheless, the Buffaloes have an excellent scoring opportunity with that fine run back by number 24, Jeff Mulkey, down to the Tiger 23-yard line. Baker has a 1st and 10 at the Tiger 23. Greg, that was a fine run back.
Didn't really give the fans something to cheer about. They all came to their feet on that one. And, of course, we can't second guess him. We can see from an aerial view up here. But, man, if he'd went to the left, he'd have been in pay dirt.
Hand off to number 20. Hand off number 22, Eric Butler.
Okay. See, there's something kind of impressive about number 32 for Thibodaux that scored that touchdown, Donald Harry. He has 124 yards rushing in this game, but in the first half, he only had 36. Only had 36 rushing yards in the first half, and he's accumulated 124 total so far.
Well, those turnovers in the second half for the Buffaloes by the defense is what made the difference in that stat. Number 24, Mulkey, running hard, trying to get out get a little room. He's fighting.
He is running hard, I'm telling you.
Got another injured player on the field for the Tigers. However, he's 2 injured players for the Tigers.
Well, we're not playing in that exorbitant heat that we played in the first couple of weeks, Sid, where they were having bad muscle problems. It's not wintertime out there, but it's not hot. It's cool. I would imagine it's at least in the low 70s, possibly into the 60s by now.
Well, weatherman's saying the low tonight probably around 62. So.
Well, I'm under the air conditioner too.
Well, it's probably lower than that then, Greg. Well, brings up 3rd down and about, well, let's call it 5. 3rd and 5 for the Buffaloes. Ball inside the Tiger 20 down to about the 18-yard line. Big 3rd down play here. And out to number 24, Mulkey. He's going. That's it. Oh! Oh, that was an inverted face mask. They're not going to call it.
Oh,
Mulkey,
no,
man, that was a beautiful play. Mulkey just blowing through there. Thought he had 6 and almost did. Got down to the 2-yard line.
I thought he was in the go. I thought he was into the end zone myself.
I tell you what, Greg, that's running by that little man. But did you see the blocking on that side of the line? They opened up the hole and opened it up quick. Gives Baker a 1st and goal at the Tiger 2-yard line.
Well,
Baker coming right
touchdown back right here that they gave up to the Tigers. 5:54, the clock running.
Number 22, Eric Butler, touchdown. So Baker come back and answer that score by Thibodaux. Thibodaux scored, made it 14-6 on the blocked extra point by the Buffaloes. But Baker offense coming back after that fine run back on the kickoff by Jeff Mulkey. And that Baker offense coming right back and putting the ball right back in the end zone. And Baker's up by a score of 20-6 with 5 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in this contest. Number 83, Artie Miller, in to attempt the extra point. Number 10, Joey Nelson. High snap.
We're going to go for 2.
We got it.
Yeah.
Darren Barringer, number 82.
Joey Nelson takes the snap, comes up out of the T formation, and hits the man in the end zone for a touchdown. For a 2-point conversion.
Now that was planned.
Yeah, and that was impressive. A fine effort by Joey Nelson. Did a beautiful job. The Buffaloes lead the Tigers from Thibodaux by a score of 22-6 with 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in this contest here at Wedge Kyes Stadium.
Number 82, Darren Barringer, making a good catch.
Well, I think they're going to get on the correct ends of the field this time. Some of the Thibodaux Tigers had went down to get on the other end of the field.
It's a cheerleader tonight, the captain, Carol Womack and Michelle Morgan.
I'd have swore that was Ole Miss out there for a minute going to the wrong end of the field. That's for you, Bob.
Mascot Ashley Moak, Bucker Shelley Doggone. As Miller declared a kickoff.
The short kick. Baker can get the football.
Yeah.
Baker takes the football.
No, it's Baker's ball. It's Baker's football.
The Thibodaux
That's just like an onside kick.
The Thibodaux
Tigers went to sleep, Greg.
Yes, sir. They did not try to handle the football. They stood around it like it was going to be out of bounds or it was going to have to be kicked over or something. Nobody wanted the football, and the Baker Buffaloes have got possession off of that kickoff. That just heads-up play on the part of the Buffaloes and a mental lapse on the part of the Tigers from Thibodaux.
Well, that certainly wasn't a planned onside kick.
No,
but like you say, heads up on Baker's part and just going to sleep with Thibodaux. Baker having the ball again, 1st and 10 on the Thibodaux 37. Butler running hard. Woo! Good second effort.
Did you say Baker having the ball or having a ball? Baker's having the ball out there.
Both.
Right now.
You're right. Good pickup on the play by number 22, Eric Butler. Eric going all the way down to about the Thibodaux 28-yard line, 8-yard pickup on a play. Bring up 2nd and 2. Number 54, Brad Wells, checking in for number 60, Brian Burgoyne. Burgoyne, number 60, and Wells, number 54, bringing in the plays, alternating, bringing in the plays for the Buffaloes.
Eric Butler has carried the ball 18 times for 104 yards and 3 touchdowns, Sid.
Number 34, Ivy Toussaint, down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Pickup of about 4 on the play. Going to be enough for a Buffalo first down. Down to about the 20, let's say the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 5 minutes left to go in this contest here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker, Louisiana.
Jason Wilson, number 72, in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Coming out, number 64, Craig Lang. We're going to be seeing some new faces in the lineup for the Buffaloes. We want to try to announce them to you as we can pick them up, folks.
Pitch back to number 24. Jeff Monkey couldn't turn the corner, lost about a yard on the play, I think. Did, he lost a yard. It's going to be up 2nd and 11, the ball at the 25.
Well, it appears that the Baker Buffaloes has this game well in hand, leading the Tigers from Thibodaux, Louisiana by a score of 22-6 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Joey Nelson has had a fine performance tonight at quarterback, leading his Buffaloes into the end zone on 3 occasions. It's been a fine effort by that young man, and I think we got some great things coming from him this season.
Ivy Toussaint, the ball carried nowhere, tried up the middle, got down to about the 24-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, going to bring up 3rd and 10. Greg, we want to thank Mr. Tony Pitts, who provided the balloons that were released prior to the kickoff of tonight's contest by the dance corps and cheerleaders. Mr. Tony Pitts providing the balloons for the fan entertainment out there.
Brian Burgoyne in the lineup for the Buffaloes, replacing Brad Wells. While these 2 fine teams are on the field, I want to congratulate another fine team, the A team up in the press box, folks, bringing you this football.
Oh, no.
Bad pitch back. Well, we're going to reverse field. Let's try it again this way, folks.
He's got a wall. Lang, that's a definite penalty there, no question about it. I'm surprised.
Well, had he grabbed hold of him inbounds, he could throw him down like that, but they were well out of bounds, like 5 yards out when he throws him down, and there's no cause for that. And it's going to be against Thibodaux Tigers. Could be a new breath of life for the Buffaloes on this particular drive. It's going to be half a distance to the goal from the spot of the foul, I think. I see it. And that's going to be a first down, Baker.
That's going to give Baker a 1st and goal, ball at the 10-yard line. The nose of the football just inside the 10-yard line. So it will be 1st and goal for the Buffaloes with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in this contest. Greg, I would say that the Buffaloes, in just 3 minutes and 13 seconds, are going to be 4-0 this year. And this will be their 18th consecutive victory, regular season game.
Good shot.
Number 34, Ivy Toussaint, running hard down inside the 3-yard line to about the 2.
I don't know how many times he carried that ball, John. Ivy Toussaint, number 34. He's been impressive carrying it so far, I can tell you that.
Boy, I tell you what, Greg, I just...
75-pound junior back, and he's came in the ball game kind of late in terms of carrying the football, but he's doing a good job. He's picking up some valuable yardage.
I'm excited about this Buffalo football team. They have improved with each game. They've come along, I mean, just unbelievable from what we saw them in with the jamboree and all. They just come along great, and I'm really impressed with them. Number 34, Ivy Toussaint, touchdown.
And that's the young man we just talked about that's making some good yardage. Brought it on into the end zone. Ivy Toussaint, number 34. Sid, I'm impressed with him. I want to tell you what really impresses me is how they've progressed. They've gotten better. People say they've gotten some good breaks, but they've made a lot of the breaks for themselves now.
Na, 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 na. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Coach Thomas and Coach Mook has got him a new offensive star out there in Ivy Tucson, number 34. The young man just made that touchdown. Kick is up.
Kick.
It's good.
Extra point attempt by Miller is good. And with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in this contest, the Buffaloes are on top of the Thibodaux Tigers by a score of 29-6.
I'm in favor of another short, high kickoff myself.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Yeah, I want to congratulate the 18, Sid Gotro, myself, Greg Allen, and Mr. Jay Brown for bringing you highlights of Baker High School football. I had them checking on you the 2 weeks I was gone, Sid, to see what kind of performance, and I got a pretty good report. I was really prepared to come back and had to fire you if you hadn't done a decent job, but I got a fairly good report on you.
Well, I watch that Monday Night
Football.
Football.
For a couple more games I play.
I hope so. Being that this is, what, the 7th year?
I do want to thank, sincerely, I want to thank Jay Brown for filling in for me on the 2 weeks that I was out. I'm not going to miss this unless it's just something really important. And
well, that's right.
I was in Florida on business on one occasion, and I really wasn't sick last week. I was sick enough not to go to work, and since I didn't go to work, Pam Punishment wouldn't let me come to the game.
We want to thank these cameramen tonight, Mr. Goo Allen and Mr. Matthew Matuski. Woo! Good defense. Whole host of Buffaloes out there. The ball being brought back out to the Tiger 35-yard line, where Thibodaux will take over 1st and 10. Well, let's say the 20s. No, 36. Need to get in the ball game here. Thibodaux will take over 1st and 10 on their 36 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in this contest.
Well, I'm tempted to be a soothsayer. I'm going to say that Ben Gotro is going to get him going to pick him off a pass this time. Now, folks, this is strictly unrehearsed. If it happens, it's just because I'm good, okay?
Good job. Woo! Number 77, Keith Brosset, all over the quarterback, and something happened on that play. Somebody went the wrong way.
If the quarterback gets a chance to pass it, that is.
Right. A loss of 6 yards on a play back to the 30. Gonna bring up 2nd and 16.
Loss of 5 on the play, 2nd and 15.
Little draw play, and he gets nothing.
We got a few new ball players in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Number 21, Travis Harper in the ball game. Number 84, Patrick Marshall going in the ball game. Number 42, Paul Gotro in the game. Number 65, Fred McGee's in the ball game for the Buffaloes.
There was actually about a loss of a yard on that play, Sid, on a draw play. So that's good heads-up defense on part of the Buffalo.
Pass incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 15. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in the contest. Buffalo's definitely in control of this ball game as a penalty flag down on the field.
See, they just clouded my crystal ball because they took Ben Gotro out of the ball game.
Oh, Coach Thomas trying to play some ball players. We got number 71, Anthony Isaac, going in the ball game, along with number 66, Edwin Small, checking in for the Buffaloes.
Is that 66 or 86? I can't hardly read his jersey. He's all tucked in.
Well, this penalty will go against the Tigers. And ladies and gentlemen, Baker Buffaloes, without doubt, winners of tonight's contest. They're up on top of the Thibodaux Tigers by a score of 29-6 with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in the contest. Got number 12 going in the ball game for the Buffaloes, Chris Verrett, number 12, checking in.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
It's time for all.
Ball at the 44-yard line. First and 10 for Thibodaux from their own 44. Look out for Harold.
Little option play that time, pitch back.
Number 81 checking in the ball games for the Buffaloes. Darren Patan. Coach Thomas trying to get as many ball players in the ball game as possible. Get them a little playing time.
And they're all doing a good job, Sid.
We got 2nd and 7. 50 seconds left to go in the contest. Clock's running. Number 42, Paul Gotro.
Oh, there's a fumble on the play.
Makes a tackle for the Buffaloes.
They're going to call that incomplete.
Incomplete. Number 52 going in the ball game for the Buffaloes. That's going to be Wayne Pitts. Number 23 checking in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Ryan Shanley. Number 54 going in. That's Brad Wells, rather. Number 42, Paul Gautreaux making the tackle again.
30 seconds, the clock running.
First down.
They'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to move the chains.
Ball down to Baker, 45-yard line, 26 seconds left in the contest.
Touchdown, Tigers. Said Chris Ferret was the safety on that side, and he slipped down. It was just, it's one of those things that happened. He was in the right position, but he accidentally slipped down and gave that man the free territory on it. So the Thibodaux Tigers strike pay dirt here in the waning seconds of the ball game. They're going for 2, and he got it. So the Baker Buffaloes, who have the game well in hand, have allowed a touchdown with 15 seconds left on the clock and a 2-point conversion. That kind of mars their defense statistics a little bit, but I mean, they know they won the game. Of course, the coaches aren't playing for statistical data. They play to win football games and trying to get, you know, exercise their depth, I guess. You got to get those other ball players out there on the field to keep them in exercise, to show that you do have depth on the football field. That was an accident by a young man in the defensive secondary that could happen to anybody. It could happen to one of the first-team players. So let's give them the opportunities. You know, there's lessons to be learned out there, and maybe that young man learned a lesson that'll be valuable to him in a playoff game next year, you know?
Well, you're absolutely right, Greg.
Kicking off Thibodaux.
Well, that's a funny lineup here on the kickoff. Thibodaux Tigers, the whole student body's on this side of the field. A little onside kick. I think they think they're in the game.
Oh, they got it. They definitely got it.
Got the onside kick. I think they think they have a chance, Sid. Of course, we know they don't, folks. The score is 29 to 14. They're trailing the Buffalo.
I think what you're going to see now, Greg, is Coach Thomas was letting a lot of his players get some playing time, which was what he should have done, but he's got that first-team defense back up there. He's not going to give up another one.
He's going to shut them down at this point. There's no two ways about it.
Got 15 seconds left.
My crystal ball might come into, because they're going to throw the football. Let's face it.
Good job, good job.
See, the best defense is getting in that backfield and mixing it up with that quarterback before he has to throw it. That's what they did.
Number 62.
4 seconds left on the clock.
Well, Thibodaux taking a timeout.
They want one more play. I think they know they lost the game, but they would like to impress somebody. Another score on the board would be 29, and with a 2-point conversion, it could be 29 to 22, and that wouldn't make them look so bad. That's it. Hey, Squeaky. Come on. Yeah, I've been looking for you. Jill.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 4 seconds left to go in this contest. This just should be the last play of this game. Baker Buffaloes definitely have a victory here. They're up by a score of 29 to 14 against the Thibodaux Tigers. This is going to put the Buffaloes at 4-0 for this season. Next week they travel to Covington to play Covington at home in Covington. Should be a tough game. We've had some exciting moments here so far this year. Baker this year playing the toughest schedule that they've ever had, at least on paper-wise, with the teams they've scheduled here in the first part of this season. That's it.
The end of the contest with that incomplete pass. The Baker Buffaloes have taken it to the Thibodaux Tigers by a score of 29-14 here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. Since we got a real special guest with us in the press box, one of the cheerleaders from last year's squad, one of the only 2 seniors, I might add, from the last year's squad, who's going to be back at the homecoming game this year, Miss Jill Weibel. Who was your other senior cheerleader, Jill?
Bonnie Jordan.
What's her name?
Bonnie Jordan.
Yeah, Bonnie Jordan. And y'all going to get a chance to come back for the homecoming game and reappear here before the home crowd. Is that right?
That's right.
Who are we playing for homecoming?
I'm not sure.
What game?
Bel Air. Be Bel Air.
Bel Air, October 13th.
October the 13th. So we're going to see this young lady back. One of the only 2 senior cheerleaders that graduated last year, Miss Jill Weibel, who everybody knows is Squeaky. Glad to have you up here with us, Squeaky. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an exciting contest. It was in the favor of the Baker Buffaloes in a more wider margin than the final score actually dictates by Coach Thomas. Them playing their entire squad. A touchdown was scored by the Buffaloes late in the waning seconds of the 4th quarter, but Buffaloes did leave here victorious and are 4-0 on regular season play. Came into the ninth football game having the least amount of points scored against them in 7 quad A football, and have scored the 2nd most points. No, I'm sorry. They had the least amount scored against them in 7 quad A football. Second to them, of course, is Glen Oaks, and after that, I think that the average the points scored against a 7 quad A team was 58 points,
right,
or the total.
Coming into tonight's game too, Greg, Baker and Capital were the only 2 undefeated teams left in 7 quad A.
Boy, there's the jubilant Buffaloes at the center of the field with their coaching staff and cheerleaders. Maybe we can get, right before we close here, we're going to try to get some statistics. Jay, you got something compiled for us so far? Well, Sid, how do you feel about tonight's contest, and what are we going to be looking at in the weeks to come? And I'm going to let Jay give us some stats. Give us a little few comments.
Well, Greg, what I've seen so far in the first 4 regular season games with the Buffaloes this year is improvement. Each week they've improved, and I think that's one thing that's really impressed me the most about the Buffaloes is that they keep improving. Tonight, the offense has looked better than they have all year long. The offense showed a marked improvement, I thought, especially in the interior line of the offense, doing an outstanding job pretty much throughout the entire ball game against a big physical, just a biggest line we face this year, probably the biggest line we will face this year with the Thibodaux Tigers. So I thought the offense had a marked improvement tonight. Last week is when I really thought the defense really gelled together. We had some improvements in some areas tonight, and then again we had some breakdowns in certain areas on defense. But overall, defense playing some outstanding ball. I think if Baker is going to continue with the schedule that they have to play this year, we're going to have to improve with each game, get a little better with each game, get a little sharper. And so far this season, that's exactly what Baker's done. The win tonight gives Baker its 18th consecutive regular season victory. And I don't know what the previous record was, but I'm sure that's got to be awful close to a record for the Buffaloes. We hope to have that statistic for you in next week's ball game to tell you exactly what the record is for regular season wins. But Greg, I'm very impressed. I think the coaching staff has made some adjustments where they needed to make them, and I think the ball players have worked hard to improve each week. As long as they continue in that vein and stay healthy, I think we're going to see a lot of victories on the board for the Buffaloes this year. Greg, while I have an opportunity, let me take one brief moment to talk about the PTO here at Baker High School. We had an organizational meeting last week here, and we had over 130-something people in attendance. We really feel good about that. We want to urge each and every family to please become a member of the PTO here at Baker High School. Get involved with the school, get involved with your children, and have a voice in what's being done here at this high school and be a part of it. PTO meeting usually are held on Tuesday nights. However, this Monday night at 6:30 here at Baker High School is going to be open house. This Monday at 6:30, Baker High School will be open house. Please come by, tour the facility, meet the teachers and the people who run this school, the administration runs this school, and please sign up. The dues this year for the PTO are only $3 per individual member and $5 per family.
We don't want that to stop anybody from joining, though. We can get them sponsors if they ain't got the $3. We want them to be active in the PTO.
That's right. Another thing I have to mention is the Booster Club. The Booster Club is awful strong this year. The Booster Club normally meets, athletic boosters normally meet every Monday night at 7 o'clock here in the Teachers Lounge. They will not be meeting this coming Monday because of open house, but there will be people there to sign you up both for the PTO and the Booster Club. This last Thursday night, we had a jambalaya for all the athletes here at Baker High School. And I might add, the Booster Club is not just for boys sports, girls sports, or just football. It's for all athletics here at Baker High School, and we urge you to join. We're up right now, Greg, to I think 58 families. So it looks real good, and just please come out and show your support for these young people by joining a Booster Club.
I want to say this is a real strong effort, one of the finest starts for PTO in Baker in many, many years. And with the national war on drugs right now, Sid, I think this is on everybody's mind. This is one of the major reasons that this PTO has been put together this year, as strong as it is to get the parents involved, and let's take a home stand on the war on drugs. And the PTO is going to take an active part. We're going to drive Baker up as far as drugs are concerned. And I want to thank you. I think you've had a big hand in that, and I think that's one of y'all's major incentives. And I want to say the only way we're going to do that is everybody get together. We need everybody to come out.
That's exactly right,
Gary. Give you a quick scoring rundown of tonight's ball game, which is exciting, and I think everybody enjoys. In the first quarter of play tonight with 9:08 on the clock, number 22, Eric Butler for the Baker Buffaloes on a 32-yard run scored the first touchdown for Baker, and Pat Miller's kick was good, and Baker led by a score 7-0. In the second quarter, with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the second quarter, Eric Butler again, number 22, on a 3-yard run, puts another 6 points on the board, and Pat Miller's kick for extra point was good, and the Baker Buffaloes led at halftime by a score of 14-0. With 7 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, Donald Harry, who had a fine night for the Thibodaux Tigers, 100 and some odd yards total. Number 32, Donald Harry, on a 22-yard run, scored a touchdown for the Tigers, but the kick failed, and Baker led by a score of 14-6. 5:48 in the fourth quarter. Eric Butler, again, number 22, had a beautiful night, probably most valuable player for the Buffaloes tonight, on a 2-yard run, scored his third touchdown. And Joey Nelson, on a fake extra point attempt, threw a pass to Berninger in the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and the Buffaloes led the Tigers by a score of 22-6. Failing to quit late in the fourth quarter, the Thibodaux Tigers came back with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in the ball game. Ivy Tozan, number 34. I'm sorry. With 2 minutes and 33 seconds, the Baker Buffaloes scored. Scored 6 points, and Miller's PAT was good, and the Baker Buffaloes led by a score of 29-6. And then late, with the Thibodaux Tigers refusing to quit with 15 seconds left in the ball game, number 87, Mark Whitfield, or Mark Whittle, I guess, and got loose on a run and scored the final touchdown for the Thibodaux Tigers, and a 2-yard pass play for the 2-point conversion was good, and the Tigers wind up with 14 points on the board, but the Baker Buffaloes defeating them by a final score of 29-14. For some final stats, here's Jay Brown, and we'll close with you in just a moment.
Thank you, Greg. The score was a lot more indicative of what was going on, but looking at the stats, it was a fairly close game as far as the statistics were concerned. In total offense, it was only 228 yards to 213 yards. Of course, Thibodaux went up and down the field and really didn't get a lot of first downs. They finished with 6 first downs in the game, 5 by rushing, 1 by penalty, to 12 for Baker High School, 7 by rushing, 3 passing, and 2 by penalty. Baker Buffaloes on 48 rushing attempts, 165 yards. They were 4 for 13 in the passing department with 1 interception for 63 yards. There were 4 penalties against Baker for 45 yards. We had 4 punts by Reggie Hilliard, who averaged 31-yard average. We had 2 fumbles and only lost 1. And as you mentioned, Eric Butler has to definitely make the State Times Morning Advocate Prep-tacular scoreboard this week with 104 yards rushing on 18 attempts and 3 touchdowns.
A beautiful effort by Eric Butler and the Buffaloes as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, we're excited about bringing you Baker High School football again this 1989 season. Hope that you stay with us and continue to come out and support Baker Athletics. I'm Greg Allen along with Sid Gotro and Jay Brown saying be with us next Friday night for Baker High School football. We want to thank the final score of the Baker Buffaloes tonight, 29 and the Thibodaux Tigers 14. We want to thank our production company, Treb Productions, under the owner operation of Mr. Bert Carson, for bringing you Baker High School sports. It takes a lot of effort to do this. This young man takes a lot of his time, a lot of his business time to bring you these events. So we want to thank Bert Carson from Baker, Louisiana. And again, thank you for being with us, and good night.